The process of becoming the man who could attract the woman of your dreams. There is a process to this thing, to approaching, to meeting women, to going on consistent dates, to creating a good vibe and a connection with attractive women. And that journey, I want to explain a little bit of what that looks like for most men in this video. And I'm going to talk about my own journey in this video as well. So typically, if you're just starting out, what that's going to look like is some form of disappointment, some form of dissatisfaction with your current situation. Most guys are not already successful with women and deciding, I want to become better at this thing. Not most guys. Most guys who already have success in women in their life are happy. So if that's you, good for you. But if that's not you, the process is going to look like some sort of dissatisfaction to get this thing going, where you either met a girl and started to vibe with her and build some attraction, but you lost it, or you lost her to another guy, or you got broken up with by a girl, some kind of pain that happened with a specific woman. Or there's a moment where you look in the mirror and you go, this is not enough. This is not who I want to be. I'm not attracting the people I want to attract. I'm not attracting anybody. I'm not meeting anyone. And everyone else is moving forward. All my friends are getting married. All my friends are having kids. All my friends are going out on consistent dates. All my friends are getting laid. And I'm behind. And that dissatisfaction, that disappointment in your current situation is going to be the starting point. And typically the next step is you're going to make a decision about change. And most guys will do something very obvious, is they'll decide to go to the gym. That's the first big solution to their dating life, is I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to put on some muscle. I'm going to be a little bit healthier. And that is how I'm going to attract women, because we have the myth that women are only into you if you're physically attractive. Now, if you're physically attractive, it's definitely helpful. It's definitely helpful if you're tall. It's definitely helpful if you have money, right? But all of those things are not really attractive to women. There's a thing beyond that you at some point will learn. So you'll first have the disappointment, then you'll start going to the gym, you'll start improving yourself in some way or another, or you'll start looks maxing. But most guys will focus first on their physical appearance in some way and improving that, believe that that is going to lead to women. That process, the next step, the third step for some guys is pretty quick, and for some guys it's so far away. And it is the most important step. So the looks maxing or gym improvement, physical improvement stage that men go through, where they obsess over that thing, thinking it will lead them to the result of women. Some men will be stuck in this stage for 10 years, where they really just become obsessed with that thing. Some guys even go as far as becoming bodybuilders or fitness influencers or looks max influencers, where their job becomes the thing that we're improving to try to meet women. They literally forget about why they started in the first place and get so locked in on this that they never actually solve that original problem. You probably know guys like this in your gym who are super jacked, look amazing, and get no women. Hopefully they will either stumble upon their wife or they will realize that this isn't working and they'll go to step 3, which is improving with approaching, or improving with women as a skill, treating dating and meeting women and interacting with people and being social as a skill that you improve. Just like you improved your physical appearance, you also have to improve your vibe. But a lot of people just ignore the vibe and think, oh, my vibe is perfect, or they don't even think about it at all, and they just focus on the physical appearance. And when that isn't enough, at some point you're going to realize it's not enough. Somehow, some way, it's going to click for you. And that's when you're going to find a video like this. And a guy like me is going to tell you that you need to improve your vibe. There's many things that encompass a good, attractive vibe, and flirting and approaching and building a connection and escalation. And it's really too much to just dump into this one video, which is why I'm going to keep making videos and keep teaching you about this stuff. So if you guys are interested in that, hit that subscribe button and keep following along with me. Or if you're interested in one-on-one coaching, you already know that this is an area you want to improve and you trust me enough to help guide you through that process, click the link down below to apply for one-on-one coaching with me, and we can have a conversation about your situation. Now, this stage, stage 3, is the most uncomfortable, but also the most fun stage, because improving your vibe, improving connecting with women, it is a ton of fun, man. You're gonna meet so many cool people in the process, not just women, but cool men as well. You're gonna connect and make friends and learn all about socializing and building your own confidence. You're also gonna face a lot of awkwardness, a lot of discomfort, a lot of failures. There have been so many times where, in the process of improving my ability to meet and attract women, that I would meet a girl, I would be playing with a skill, I would get some attraction from the girl, but then I would fumble it in some other way because I'm still learning these other skills that I don't have yet, or I'm only at, interact with her for 30 seconds. So I'm not ready to ask her out on a date. So I'd interact for 30 seconds and I'd say, okay, have a good day. And then I'd be disappointed that that girl was into me. But I felt like I had done enough in the interaction to get some improvement, to be improving my skill and progressing forward. So I left the interaction and lost the girl that was attracted to me, which creates more dissatisfaction, more disappointment, which continues to feed this cycle of improvement. But I'm at stage 3, I'm not at stage 2, so I'm not trying to improve my physical appearance as much anymore, though I still focus on it. At some point along this journey, a lot of guys hit what I consider stage 4, which is lifestyle improvement. Now, the lifestyle improvement stage may not be at the end for you. It may have been something that you did already. Some people come into this with their life already figured out except for dating. And so it's really like they did stage 4 earlier. They did stage 4 instead of in place of stage 2, or they did it in place of stage 3, or they did it in place of stage 1. They already improved, right? And here's how my journey went. I started with this process, the 4 stages I just laid out for you. And so my first stage was in high school. I was the guy who I would go into classrooms and I would browse the class to find who's the one most attractive woman to me. And that's the girl I'm going for. But I didn't know anything about vibing or connecting. I hadn't improved my physical appearance at all. I was a gamer. So I was like covered in acne, looked a little cringe, super, super scrawny, and really socially anxious, really introverted, really unable to build connections and even make friends, let alone talk to girls. And all through high school, I never had my first kiss, never slept with anybody, and never had a girlfriend. But I pursued many women. And so through that pursuit and failure and nothing actually progressing, I had experienced a ton of disappointment. And that disappointment is what led me to, when a girl showed me interest, I felt like I wasn't good enough. I wasn't good enough for her. So I needed to improve. And that's when I went to stage 2. Even though I had a girl showing me interest and I hadn't lost the girl yet, I decided I need to improve. I need to go to the gym. So I started hitting the gym religiously and became obsessed with my fitness, to the point that I considered becoming a fitness influencer, but I was never fully sold on the idea and never went down that path. This inevitably did not get me women, so I switched to a bit of stage 4, which was lifestyle improvement. I started to focus on, what career do I really want? I went to college, I dropped out of college. Had no success with women in college either. Dropped out of college and then went into sales, and sales didn't work for me, so I went into cooking. Cooking did, but it never ever reopened that door. It never ever created an opportunity for me to date seriously, because when you're a chef, your schedule is a nightmare, and it's really hard to date in that industry. A lot of people just don't, or they only date people also in the industry. They date servers, hostesses, or other cooks. That is extremely common. I dated some cooks and some other front of house workers, but I never solidified those relationships. And because they were so few and far between, because when you hire someone in a kitchen, it's not uncommon for them to stay there for 5 years and us never replace them. And since they were never replaced and we didn't connect, they already had a partner, now I just have no other opportunities unless I go out, which I'm only off on Monday or whatever. So there's nobody out. So it was this nightmare cycle where I never got to improve in dating. And at a certain point, I got frustrated with that, and then I went to the stage 3. So I kind of went to stage 4 first, and then I went to stage 3, and then I go back to stage 4. And then I went to stage 3, where I dropped everything. got all my savings, sold my car, and moved to Argentina, where I knew nobody, but I was surrounded by beautiful Latinas, and I spoke Spanish. And there I did nothing but socialize, make friends, and date. That was it. I put all of my energy and effort into it. I also went through a coaching program as well, so I could learn more about this stuff. And through the accountability, the coaching, the learnings, and the experience and the practice, I completely changed my dating life, just like I did any other area that I put a lot of energy and focus into through a progressive overload mindset, right? Through just taking small actions that I build upon and try to each week improve upon, just like you would in the gym. Track what you're doing. That is how I ended up becoming better with women. And then when I came back to improving my lifestyle, because then I was like, okay, my physical appearance is good. I'm good with women. I just want to make more money now. And that's when I started my own business. I was ready to start my own business. And that's when I started my own business around the thing that I struggled with for so long, that my whole life has been around, like, why am I not good with women? Why am I not able to attract the woman I want? I don't dream at night about anything else than being with the love of my life. And I can't possibly attract her. And I couldn't for so many years, for 15 plus years. And so now I'm almost 30 years old, and I just want to help other people be able to not go through what I went through, and to be more successful in their dating lives without all the pain and struggle that I had. So if that's you, consider clicking the link down below and applying for one-on-one coaching with me. I'd love to hear about your situation and help you through these challenges that you may be facing in your dating life. And otherwise, guys, that's really the process that I've seen people go through. And then the lifestyle improvement stage never ends. That's something you have to learn as well. There is no end. Yes, you may make 10K a month sometime, but then at some point, after years of making 10K, you're going to want to make 30. You're going to want to keep growing and keep progressing, and it's attractive. The reason this comes back to dating is because improving your life is attractive to women. Men who are stagnant are men who are single, or men who struggle with the relationship, because women want a guy who's going somewhere always. Not going somewhere just to date him and then marry him and then let's stay where we are right now. No. Always keep going somewhere. Always keep moving forward. Always keep trying to grow. That's what women like. That's what you'll fall in love with. And that's why this process is so magical. It's so incredible, and I highly encourage you to go on it, push yourself, and become the best version of yourself, and attract a woman that really excites you every morning. All right, guys, that's all for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.